laps. Mission AFT Super Twins. The last leg of the Mission Triple Challenge right here at the Springfield Mile. 20 laps. One overall winner. Bender, Price, Bauman, and Lowe on the front row. Here comes the 48 up the inside. Trent Lowe, Briar Bauman side by side.
Yeah, side by side. Trent Lowe will come off the corner, lead us down the back straightaway for the first time. But look at that, Dallas Daniels already up to about 6th place. A little bit better there, but slides back just slightly. But Briar Bauman immediately taking a shot here at Trent Lowe. But look at the two Yamahas, Declan Bender and Price over there as well.
Bender shoves it up the inside of the 70 bike, but it's Briar Bauman, the Harley-Davidson, leading them through 3 and 4. The Honda is out there in 3rd. Brandon Price slides into 4th, and the other Harley-Davidson in 5th. Here they come, up to full song on the first straightaway.
We're going to have the Harley-Davidson lead us here on the first lap of the Springfield Mile. Another guy coming through the pack is Brandon Robinson. Right now, all of these riders kind of feeling out the racetrack. Look at Carver up top. We saw it 3 and 4 lap riders spread out all the way around. Everyone's trying to find where the grip is, where the moisture is, but it's going to be Declan Bender taking control of this one from Briar Bauman.
Declan Bender sitting 5th, coming into this final race of the day, trying to win the Triple Challenge and win his first main event. The 70 bike in the lead, the OTB bike. Declan Bender, your leader in Springfield. Trent Lowe in 2nd, Briar Bauman in 3rd. Here comes the bright yellow leathers of the 92 of Price. Now Dallas Daniels up to 5th on the racetrack. There goes Trent Lowe at the inside. He'll lead him off in turn number 2.
Yeah, you see Daniels down there riding the bottom of 1 and 2. We've seen that a lot out of him this year, just kind of riding as low as you can, going the shortest way around the racetrack. Look at that, Briar Bauman there, down there as well.
And we got to look at the 123, Jeffrey Carver. He's up to the high side, trying to make the high line work. Carver's at 6th on the line last time by. He's right behind Dallas Daniels.
I don't think there's any line.
Robinson sits straight up on that motorcycle. Somehow saves it.
I think him and James Ott crossed lines there.
Ruffle some feathers a little bit, shake things up. It's still Briar, but he goes up, now goes to the bottom, so Briar goes in a little bit higher, now squares off the corner.
Yeah, they had that same issue with the coin between James and Brandon, so hopefully that wasn't an issue there. But it's going to be Declan Bender still at the front of this one.
Bender, your leader on the Yamaha. Briar Bauman in 2nd. Trent Lowe in 3rd on the Honda. Way up higher than number 19 bike.
Yeah, and I don't think right now there's any advantage still. Everyone's kind of still feeling it out right now.
I think it was turbulence when those top 4 riders really got him. You know, he swerved out to the inside. 3 of them going for the lead in turn number 2. Here comes Trent Lowe.
Yeah, Trent Lowe. These guys are not allowing themselves to break away. They're doing all this passing through the corners. Briar Bauman knows that, but the rest of these guys don't have the experiences. Dallas Daniels gets a huge run now. Dallas Daniels up to 4th, closing the way up to Briar Bauman. But like I was saying, the guys out front, besides Briar Bauman, they don't know how to run away with it. They keep passing each other in the corner. You need to do all your passing on the straightaways.
Stay, you know, start pulling away from everybody else. Now Dallas Daniels has moved into 4th. He can see Briar Bauman just ahead of the 70 bike and Declan Bender. They know what's going on.
Yeah, right there. It looks like Dallas is like handling a lot better than 1 and 2. It looked like he had a lot more stability through there and a lot more grip as he is coming to the front. Now going to take over 3rd place from Declan Bender. It's going to be Trent Lowe still out front.
Trent Lowe. Briar goes up a little bit wider and higher. Momentum around the outside for the 3 bike. They're tucked in line. The 48 leads the 3. The 3 looks around the outside. The inside for the 70. Bender goes back to the lead.
Briar necessarily doesn't have the fastest bike down the straightaway as Bender's going to take the lead. Bender can kind of move around as he wants. That Yamaha is so fast as Briar will take the first one over the shoulder. He does not know that Dallas Daniels is right behind him. He's going to learn it right here as Dallas will take the pass into 3, try to take over 3rd. No, Briar may not have even seen it.
The 32 lets off, gets back in line. So it's Bender now around the outside. Briar goes to 2nd. Trent Lowe goes back to 3rd. Dallas on the very bottom of the racetrack down here in 4th. Off the turn number 4 on the front straightaway. A little head shake by the 3 bike. Get a point in the right direction. 73 and 28.
Right there, Briar Bauman told me yesterday he doesn't need a bike that can do all the passing down the straightaway. He said, give me a bike that can sit on the guy's back wheel. I'll make it happen through the corner. Look at what he just does there. He takes back to the lead. The last time he was able to get back to the lead. He can do it through the corners. He just has to get very creative down the straightaways to make it happen, finish it.
A 7-rider pack goes off into turn 3. Breyer goes back out in front on the 3 bike. There goes Price a little bit higher on the 92. They're going up the racetrack.
Dallas Daniels
out
of this one. Unfortunately, Dallas Daniels starts moving up the racetrack. This one out.
Man, tough break for Trent. But we're going to see a first on the podium since 1989. That's not going to happen today. Maybe tomorrow. It's Breyer Bauman now out in front, and Trent was leading the overall.
Yeah, now Breyer Bauman's going to be leading the overall here as Declan Bender, but Dallas Daniels searching around a little bit, trying to find the line. He's been running the lowest line possible for 3 and 4. Last time he moved up a little bit, going back down to the low line here. You can kind of see what the riders are doing around you and what they're adapting, but every line is so even. Everyone getting their foot up so early, getting their weight back and trying to get the grip. That moves him up. Can he get the overall win? Right now, he's in the lead overall. If he can stay in front of the 3 bike. Yeah, Declan Bender, if the race would have finished that lap, he would have been the overall winner. Even Breyer Bauman gets second. Dallas Daniels, a big draft here. He finally is going to get by Breyer Bauman. Now Breyer knows Dallas is there, but look who else is joining the party, the 19 of James Ott.
Ott wants the overall. He's currently tied for second coming into this last race of the day. The Mission Triple Championship 3rd race. Bender, Breyer Bauman, halfway flag, they're out right there at the line. 10 down, 10 to go.
Breyer Bauman now knows that Dallas is there. What is he going to do? And Brandon Price is lurking there as well. But James Ott, I think he's going to be the one that comes in here and starts to disrupt this group.
Like Dallas really spun up the rear tire coming off the turn number 2 right there. Slips up a little bit. Breyer's going for the win. Declan's going for his first ever win.
Dallas really needs to win this race, though, to recover as many points as possible to help his overall result today. But right now, it's been Breyer Bauman and Declan Bender, and Declan Bender's bike has been running so well.
I think Breyer's okay with Bender beating right now.
I think, like I said, Breyer is doing what he can do down the straightaway. He's getting as creative as he can through the corners, but he does not want to see the 32 get that far ahead of him.
70 bike leads it. Declan Bender from Cooksville, Illinois. Breyer's in second. Here comes Dallas. Here comes Ott. Ott looking for 4th.
There's no way they'll know that Breyer knows that if Declan beats him, Declan will win the overall. Breyer gets second. That math would have never came through his head, so it's going to be Declan Bender still on front. Breyer Bauman, though, he's got the veteran savviness. He's got a couple tricks up his sleeve that he knows he can pull out later on the race.
He was setting up there. Here comes Dallas. Dallas is going to get in the mix. The cream has risen to the top.
That is what you said was going to happen. If we have our points lead on first and second on the track.
Down the back straightaway, Dallas goes up the inside. He wants to win the Springfield Mile. Dallas Daniels from Mattoon, Illinois, goes to the lead.
And immediately, Breyer Bauman takes a shot back at him. He's going to try to get this lead back, but no. Dallas Daniels has the grip in the corner, able to get off in front of Breyer. I want to see the draft here. Is he going to be able to make it happen? The line goes.
7 laps to go. Breyer goes up the inside, trying to get back in front of the 32. He does. He makes the pass. Now, Dallas Daniels trying to square up the corner. He gets back in line. He'll try to use the draft on the back straightaway. What's he going to do?
Scotty, if Dallas Daniels wins this race and Breyer Bauman gets second, Breyer will have the overall win by 1 point over Dallas.
Dallas needs somebody else to get in between himself and Breyer.
Dallas needs a friend out of these other couple Yamahas in here, and it is 4 Yamahas, 1 Harley-Davidson, all battling out for the win right now.
On the front straightaway, Dallas Daniels leads. Breyer Bauman, Brandon Price, and James Ott. Ott is now up to 4th on the 19 bike.
Now I wonder if Breyer's going to try to sit here for a little bit and see if these two can pull away from the rest of them. He hasn't seen another wheel from another one of these riders, so Breyer not passing through the corner. He's going to allow them to maybe pull away a little bit, but Breyer needs to get a draft down the straightaway at some point to help push him forward.
I wonder if he knows the math. If he gets second and Dallas wins, I wonder if he knows that that's good enough.
It's too late to figure that out now, Scotty. It's time to get into it. Right there, Breyer does the close where Breyer wanted these two to break away. He's got Brandon Price and Declan Bender on his fair fast. Breyer knows his aspirations of the Yamahas and how fast, how straight the speed they have.
Breyer's going to rely on the corner speed. Making the pass, goes up the inside, slides right in front of the 32. Breyer Bauman on the Harley-Davidson in front of 4 Yamahas off of turn 2.
Yeah, right there. So Breyer looked back at the corner coming off the 4, saw that Price was there, and he started to attack Dallas again. He knows now he needs to be in the lead because he's less less at prey of falling deeper in the field like he is there, as Price is going to try to go around the outside of Daniels, and he will.
Brandon Price trying to march his way to the front on the 92 bike. This is the first time he's ridden that motorcycle. He's up to third. Dallas from the outside goes to the lead this time.
That muscle line, Daniels will take it right there.
4 laps to go. Briar Bauman, Dallas Daniels, Brandon Price. Now look at Briar, goes from the outside, drops to the low line, trying to break the draft off on 2.
Briar has to have a little bit of experience. He does not have the straightaway speed these other motorcycles do. What is he going to do? He has to make it happen through the corners.
Here comes the 92, back around the outside. Briar takes a look over his shoulder, wants to know who else is coming with them. Down, Daniels will lead him off of 4. Briar goes to second. On and this way, he's getting in the thick of things. He goes to 4.
Now they open up just a little bit of a gap there between strong enough speed. Briar Bauman, I believe, he's going to continuously try to just get back into the lead in front of Daniels. He needs to do it. He cannot fall further back. He still has the overall. All he has to do is finish second to Dallas. Can he make the draft happen here? No, the bike stalls out.
Look at the top 2, got a little bit of breathing room. Here comes Odd. Odd's going to try to disrupt everything on the 19 bike. Briar sends it up the inside, gets the lead by the 32 bike.
Yeah, big shot there for Briar. What I think that's going to do is allow Price to get up there as well as Ott. Ott has been one of the fastest riders, the fastest riders. He is. He just went by Price there. James Ott, you can throw a wrench in this thing as we've got 2 laps to go, Scotty.
2 miles remaining. Briar Bauman looking for the Mission Triple Challenge. He's our points leader on the season. Dallas Daniels in second. Price, Ott, and Bender, the top 5.
Yeah, Briar Bauman stretching those throttle cables if he ever can. He needs to be able to make any gap possible. Dallas Daniels will take the lead back into 3 and 4. James Ott falls back to 5th. I believe he's going to be one of the guys that can make it happen. But no, Price immediately goes up inside of Daniels.
If he can slide in front of the 3 bike, that will keep the rest of them. Here comes everybody else. Briar goes from 4th. Last lap of the Springfield Mile.
That really just upset Briar's race when Price did that. Now, Briar has to be able to get back to second. He makes the push there through the corner. Yes, he is, but no. James Ott's going to be on the outside of his. Dallas Daniels spins it up on the corner. Briar's not going to be able to get the draft off the backside of Daniels in the drag race. It's going to be a triple draft for Declan Bender there.
Bender up the inside. Last lap, last corner of the Springfield Mile. Mission Triple Challenge. Dallas Daniels in the lead on the 32 bike. Here comes Price. Here's Ott getting in front of the 3 bike. Here is the drag race to the finish line. They come off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Who's it going to be? At the line, it's the 32. Dallas Daniels wins in Springfield.
Briar Bauman falls back to 5th place after that race, falls off of the podium.
Wow. Daniels, with that win, might have just picked up the overall. What a last couple of laps.
Unofficially, it'll be Dallas Daniels winning that one. Briar Bauman falling all the way to 4th. What the biggest move in that race was Price, that last lap. 2 laps to go. Briar Bauman couldn't drag race. He drag raced. Oh, man.
Wow. 4 Yamahas and then the Harley-Davidson of Briar Bauman 5th after leading and being up front lap after lap after lap. Carver gets all the way up to 6th in that one.